Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Inspiring Change. There was once a farmer in Africa and he was very depressed since many days. Someone asked him, "Don't you have a good produce this year?" The farmer said, "No, I have a very good produce. In fact, it's much better than the last season." Someone else asked him, "Have pests or insects destroyed your crops?" The farmer again said no. A third person asked him, "Brother, do you have loans to repay or is your land mortgaged?" The farmer again denied and said, "With God's grace, I have always got a very good price for my produce and I have never seen the burden of debt." Finally, a fourth person asked him, "Then what is the cause of your depression? Your life is perfect, isn't it?" The farmer replied, "Oh brother, I am not worried because of my farm, but my neighboring farmer has discovered a diamond mine and he has become a millionaire overnight, while I am still the same old farmer even after years of toiling hard. How unfortunate I am." And after cursing his luck for months, his wish to become a millionaire grew stronger and stronger. Finally, he decided to sell off his land and set off in the search of diamonds. He traveled for miles and miles, and after a year, when he did not find anything, he was dejected. So he jumped into a river and committed suicide. On the other hand, the new farmer had a few visitors come to his house. An aged man saw a peculiar stone lying in one corner of the house. He picked up that stone and asked the farmer, "Where did you find this?" The farmer's son immediately replied, "Uncle, I found this while playing with my friends in the farm." Astonished, the man pulled out a coin from his pocket and started scratching the stone. And then, with dropped jaws, he exclaimed, "Oh my, this is a ruby, and that too a very rare variety." Elated, the farmer soon excavated his land and discovered one of the most coveted ruby mines of Africa. In life, all of us have a dream. We have a desire to achieve something wonderful, and we work very hard towards it. But sometimes we get dejected when after years of hard work, when after all the effort that we put in, we don't see results. And at that time, if we check the cause of our dejection, we are likely to say that our failure does not deject us as much as someone else's success does. True, right? Today, I want to share with you a very different message, a different thought process that might transform the way you look at failures. Whenever we visit the petrol pump, it's most likely because our car petrol is over. But do we ever cry at the petrol pump that my car petrol is over? Or we simply get a refill? Obviously, we just get a refill, right? The juncture of failure is the most powerful junction of life. I repeat, the juncture of failure is the most powerful junction of life. It is like a petrol pump. Because only when we are at the most dejected state of our life does the desire to do something phenomenal take birth. And if you are able to tap into that energy, that enthusiasm, that rigor, then our life petrol gets filled to its maximum capacity. But if we sit dejected, if we keep crying and lamenting over our fortune, if we keep cursing our luck, then what happens? Then we lose the opportunity to channelize the wonderful energy which is boiling inside us. And so, always remember, जो रोता है, वो खोता है. There is no harm in desiring for success, but wishing for success like someone, no. That is always a recipe for failure. In a team, there were two employees. The manager would always praise the first employee, while the second employee would always receive a rebuttal for his lack of performance. The first employee would be very sad at this. But the truth was that the second employee, instead of nurturing and developing his own skills, would always compare himself with the first employee and try to excel at whatever he does, thinking that it might praise the manager. But just think, if a team already has strengths in one area, does the second person need to develop those same skills, or does he need to nurture skills which are lacking in the first employee? Or rather, develop the skills which he has been hired for and thus add value to the team? Whenever we compare ourselves with others, it is always a recipe for failure. Because every person's journey is always going to be unique. So every comparison is futile. It has no fruitful outcome. Had the farmer dug inside his own farm instead of cursing his luck, then? The problem with most of us is we are so busy comparing our lives with someone else that sometimes we become our biggest source of negativity. And even God cannot help the one who is negative with himself. So, to summarize, we must look at 4 things. Number 1, stop comparing yourself with others and stop complaining about it to others. Only a weak person cries at his difficulties. Always remember that whatever you get has the ability to bring the best out of you. A rose never gets a desert and a cactus never gets soil. Number 2, start searching within. Explore the wealth and strengths which you have, because there is nobody like you. And we don't need anybody like someone because it won't add value to this world. Number 3, believe in yourself. Have strong faith and conviction in yourself. Turn deaf towards all negativity, be it from outside or from within. Become free of self-doubt. A positive person always thinks he's the luckiest in this world because he knows how to convert every obstacle into an opportunity. But a negative person always believes he's the most unfortunate person in this world because he translates other successes as measures of his own failure. Remember, I will get whatever I deserve sooner or later. And lastly, patience. Be patient. Don't measure your steps to success because it's possible that sometimes your measurement could be wrong. But if you are patient till the time patience falls apart, then you will surely succeed. Once a man was told that gold lies at 1,000 feet on this ground. So he started digging. 2 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 100 feet, nothing appeared. 200 feet, 500 feet, 700 feet, 900 feet. There was no trace of gold. He reached 1,000 feet, but he did not find any gold. He kept going ahead 5 feet, 10 more feet, but there was no gold at all. And he thus became dejected and he thought that maybe I'm digging at the wrong spot. So he sold off that land to somebody else. The second person came and he dug for 20 more feet and gold appeared. What happened? Did the man quit because he was tired? No. He quit because he had measured his steps to success. When you know you're on the right path, then be sure that success is bound to come sooner or later. But if you measure your steps, then it's possible that your measurement could be wrong and you will quit when you're nearest to your goal. And most of the times this happens with us, that we quit when we are nearest to our goal. But continuing to hold on in that very moment when you have the strongest urge to quit is what patience is all about. Corona is going to leave a changed world. Things are not going to be the same. All of us have adversities to face, and innumerable people are facing job crunches. But in this time, the one who learns to go within and explore what he really has is the one who's going to be successful even in the midst of this crisis. There are 2 types of people trees. One which grows from the ground and one which grows from the cracks of a wall or a stone. The one which grows from the soil has been nurtured in favorable conditions, and so when a heavy storm comes, it's possible that it may fall down even though it has a heavy trunk. But a plant which has been nurtured from the cradle of adversity, striving hard to attain every droplet of water, its roots have developed so profoundly that even the harshest of storms cannot make it fall down. And so, let's be a plant that has been born from the cradle of adversity. किसी की दौलत देखकर परेशान मत हो, खुदा तुम्हें भी देगा, हैरान मत हो. Stay blessed, stay positive.